Today I want to teach you how to read a restaurant P&L. Hey everybody, my name is Ryan Gromfin. I'm an author, speaker, chef, restaurateur, and I'm the founder of therestaurantboss.com as well as clickbacon.com. And like I said, today I want to teach you all about restaurant P&Ls. But here's the thing about a P&L or profit and loss statement. It's like a history book. It's all the things that happened in the past. Now, the past can sometimes be a great predictor of the future, but it's very hard to take action and it's nearly impossible to change the past. Operating a business on a P&L is like driving a car looking through a rear view mirror. So if the P&L is a tool that we use to tell us what happened in the past, what do we do to tell us what's happening right now, how we can make changes right now to influence our targets? You may have a target cost of goods sold, but if you wait for your P&L then to find out that you missed it, there's really nothing you can do about it. Now, you can make some changes for next month or the month after, but there's not much you can do about it. So first thing, most important about a P&L, whether you're creating it yourself or having a bookkeeper do it, make sure you get a P&L by the 5th of the month. If you're waiting until the 10th or the 15th or the 20th or the next month to get the previous month's P&L, not only is that information old, it's really old. So if you're going to use a P&L and only a P&L to run your business, make sure your P&L is as close to current as possible. 2, don't use a P&L to run your business. It's a history book. Use a budget. Set up a budget. How much do you think you're going to do in sales? What percentage of your sales are food, beverage, etc.? What's your target food cost? Then you can figure out how much you can purchase based on that target food cost, and then you can track it on a daily basis and know where you're going. Now, that sounds a little complicated, and it could be a little complicated if you try to do it yourself, but there are some tools out there that can help you. I've actually developed a software tool called Bacon. You can click on the link below this video to take a look at it. It's called Click Bacon. The website is clickbacon.com. There's a link below the video where you can take a look at that. But I promise to show you all about a P&L today. So let's go inside my computer and let me show you how to read a P&L, what a P&L can tell you, and what actions you can take based on what you learned on that P&L. See you inside my computer. Okay, so here we are just looking at a sample P&L. I know this is a sample P&L because it says sample P&L. But all kidding aside, this is something that I use to help new clients that are opening up a restaurant do some predictions, some sales forecasting. But basically, a restaurant P&L, and most P&Ls are going to be divided into 4 major categories. Then the subcategories could be endless. But really the 4 major categories are going to be sales or income. In the restaurant business, we usually call it sales. This is going to come at the top, and this is always going to be a percentage of 100. So this is where you're going to break down your sales by different categories. A lot of times people get confused and they'll put things like department sales on here, like catering or something like that. The reality is that's a department. That has nothing to do with sales, because catering in and of itself, well, catering is made up of food, beverage, beer, wine, liquor, right? And so you're never going to get an accurate cost of goods sold if your sales or income categories don't match your cost of goods sold categories. But I digress. The first category is basically going to be your income or your sales. The second major category are going to be your controllable expenses. Now, in the restaurant, those controllable expenses are going to look like your costs of goods sold, which is basically the cost of something that you sell, right? So in this case, you sold $61,000 of food. It cost you $20,000 to sell that food. You had to buy $20,000 of food to sell that food. Same thing for beverage. Now, this is not broken down into 100%. The rest of the numbers are going to be broken down to close to 100%. This is broken down by the actual percentage of this. So, right, 33% means that it's a 33% food cost, or basically the 20,000 divided by the 61,000. So that's going to be the second part. Oh, labor. Then if you'll notice, we break down labor by the actual straight labor cost, taxes, benefits, and insurance, which give us a total payroll cost. So These are your controllable expenses, fully controllable expenses. Now, some places might have, different businesses will say like controllable expenses. In the restaurant, we call them prime costs. So that's going to be total cost of goods sold plus total labor is going to give you prime cost. Then we move into the other two categories, which are both your fixed expenses. One of them is a truly fixed expense. One of them is a semi-fixed expense. So I call operating expenses, those are my semi-fixed expenses. And what I mean by that is that they're influenced by sales, but not directly. It's not a cost of goods sold. It's not something we sell. You don't sell janitorial supplies, but the busier you are, the more you're going to use. You don't sell to-go containers, but the busier you are, the more you're going to use. You don't sell a credit card fee, but the busier you are, the more you're going to incur. So these are the direct operating expenses. And then I have fixed operating expenses, where these are going to be expenses that have nothing to do with how busy you are, but it is related to operating. But these are now falling under our fixed expense category, that fourth category. Then we have fixed expenses, occupancy expenses, and then fixed operating expenses, occupancy expenses, and then truly fixed expenses. These are the expenses that literally do not change based on anything, right? Your rent does not change based on how busy you are. Your cable, your POS fees, your alarm fee, your pest controls, those don't change based on how busy you are. Now they might slightly, but really they don't. So that's basically it. Then what we're going to end up with is going to be our totals for each category, our total expenses, our total sales, and then our profit or loss. Now in this case, at the end of the year, this restaurant had a $46,000 profit, which is about a 3.9% profit. And that is how you read a restaurant P&L, or profit and loss statement. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to bringing you another one next week. Have a wonderful day. Hey everybody, Ryan here. I really hope you enjoyed that video. Would you mind doing me 3 really quick favors? First, would you like this video? Wherever you're watching it, there'll be a button for you to go ahead and click and like the video, and then leave a comment somewhere so I could answer your questions. 2, would you go ahead and subscribe to this channel? That way I can continually deliver you the newest updates every time I release a video. And then 3, I'd like to give you something. If you're the kind of person who really wants to get ahead in life faster, I have a 90-day planner here that I'd like to give you. I use this planner every day in my business, and actually I think this is one of the reasons why I'm able to get as much done as quickly and as efficiently as I'm able to. See, every year when I sit down to plan out my year, I sit down and I do 4 of these 90-day planners, because I believe that we can't get as much done in a month as we think we can, but we can get a lot more done in 3 months than we think we can. And so I've developed a system, I call it my 90-day planner system, where you can achieve just about any goal you want in 90 days if you follow this. And I'd like to give it to you completely free. Like I say, this is on my desk every single day, and I use it in my business, and I teach my clients how to use it, and I'd like for you to have it for free. All you have to do is head over to therestaurantboss.com/goal, GOAL. Again, that's therestaurantboss.com/goal, and then just give me your first name and email address, and I'll send this right over to you, all 4 pages. Until the next time I see you, go out every day and improve the lives of your customers, your employees, your vendors, and of course, your family.